and welcome to Eat.Theatre.Sleep.Repeat. I'm very excited to say joining me today are Blithe Spirit Adam Jackson Smith, a screenwriter, Charles Condomine, and Susan Wooldridge as the clairvoyant Madam Acarti. How are you both?
Very well. Okay. Yes. Ready
Very well.
to go.
Discovered I got a really creaky chair, so that's going to be like quite spooky and ghostly, maybe.
Oh,
Can use
that.
it for special effects.
So you guys, you're stepping into a play which has such a legendary reputation. What's the very first feeling that hit you guys when you were thinking about being a part of this production?
Best part in all the world. It's a wonderful role and it's unturndownable, even with only 3 weeks rehearsal.
Yeah, that sounds great. Madam Acarti is it's a phenomenal role. Really iconic. I mean, I'm not playing Madam Acarti, so
he'd be good though.
that'd be great.
He'd be great. I'd be marvelous in France. I'd be absolutely fabulous.
I think it's the attraction of doing a period piece as well, something set in the 30s. It's that style and that design is really compelling. I think it's a really beautiful set. It's really beautiful costumes. I think it's nice being a part of that world, definitely.
And the language is extraordinary. I was just thinking about it today. You know, we're so used to little snappy things on WhatsApp and the rest of it. And this is such extraordinary sort of rich language, how people seemingly did speak.
Yeah.
And it's like a sort of wonderful armchair of language, isn't it?
It is.
It's tough to learn, but the interesting thing is once you've learnt it, you can really go into it and go with the waves of it, as it were.
So 80 years on, Blithe Spirit is still casting its spell on audiences. What do you think it is that gives it that, I don't know, almost like eternal spark?
I think because it's about relationships. I think fundamentally it's about people having relationships and the trysts that people get into romantically and otherwise. I think that's pretty universal. And it's funny. It is funny. It's very witty. As you were saying about the language, it's beautiful to get swept up in that style and that language, but it is just very funny. It's a really good night out at the theatre, I think.
I also want to add something here, which is for all of us girls, he writes the most wonderful parts for women. And hey, I can talk as an older girl, but you know, to see a cast list with 2 men and 5 women, and he writes about women from all types, all classes, all sizes. They're all in there, and it's fabulous. As I say, me as an older girl now, getting offered these kinds of, I've been lucky, I've done a couple, I've done Hay Fever, Judith Bliss, now Madam Acarti, and you know, it is wonderful. People love seeing women on stage.
Yeah. It's interesting. Apparently Coward said that he didn't, because none of the characters are particularly sympathetic, are they? You don't, I mean, none of them are monsters, but also I think to keep it light and to keep it frothy, you probably don't you don't worry too much if bad things happen to them. With the exception of Madam Acarti, actually.
With the exception of Madam Acarti.
And of course, this staging brings together Anthony Banks and Terry Parsons, 2 real creative powerhouses in the industry. What's been the most surprising or inspiring part of working with the 2 of them?
I've just had a fitting with Terry, and he said I was to say he was a legend. And actually, he is. We've known each other a very long time. And it is extraordinary doing a fitting with him. It's a real masterclass, actually. And it's a shame, actually, it couldn't be filmed. I'm very glad it wasn't in my 30s underwear. But no, he's wonderful. And Anthony is just a breath of fresh air. He's a friend of mine said to me, he leaves you alone as the actor and he's there if you need him. And those are really wonderful qualities.
And I think it's quite rare in a director. I think often a director will feel like they have to step in and do something, they have to share, they have to mold something. Whereas Anthony's very comfortable taking a back step and allowing us to find our way, and then, as you say, come in where necessary. I think there's a great confidence to that. It gives us confidence. And yeah.
So we're dealing with the top team.
Yeah.
The top team. It makes us have to come up to scratch.
Fingers crossed.
I love that. So of course the show is witty. It's famously witty. When you first read the script, was there a particular line or moment within it that caught you so off guard that you laughed out loud?
I had my first ectoplasmic manifestation when I was 5.5. Oh, what an exciting day that was. I shall never forget it. There you are. There's a glimpse. There's a glimpse. Without the bicycle, but a glimpse.
The first one's free. You have to come here to pay for the rest of it. My line. It's probably a Madam Acarti line, probably. I also love Edith. So Edith is the maid, and there's a lot of cool comedy with Edith that I really enjoy. I think I'm going to say Edith, my dark horse.
Your dark horse.
Yeah.
Which he is.
He is.
So comedy often thrives on timing and chemistry. Has there been a moment in rehearsals where the banter maybe between the cast has created laughter that you maybe can't control, or it's just been one of those moments where you've just all fallen about laughing?
I have to say, one of the things I really, really hate is getting the giggles on stage. People think, oh, it must be wonderful. It's not. It's sheer misery and hell. And it's known as corpsing. And I think it's probably for a reason. It is the death of you. So at the moment, I'm quite happy, head down with the lines. I'm not looking at anybody because I'm so terrified. There is a moment, but I wouldn't share this with Blackpool.
I'm quite enjoying Susie's language when she when she's learning the lines. I'm really enjoying that.
Oh yes, I have been told off about it.
Not by me. I'm enjoying it.
But as a senior citizen, I'm allowed to just let rip.
Totally.
So with seances, spirits, and the supernatural woven all together into this story, and the show arriving at Blackpool Grand during Halloween week, has any of it changed the way that maybe you think about ghosts or the otherworldly?
Interesting. Has it changed the way? I mean, we've been asked if we believe in ghosts, haven't we? And it's not a very interesting answer if we say no, we don't really believe in ghosts. Has it changed? I think maybe once we've done a few weeks in Salisbury and once we've come to Blackpool, maybe when we get into that beautiful theatre in Blackpool, maybe that will start to change how we feel about ghosts. I'm quite intrigued by theatre ghosts. Mm-hmm. Salisbury's a relatively modern playhouse, but I think somewhere like the Grand in Blackpool or some of the big old West End theatres, full of that, you think of the actors and the characters who have trodden the boards over the years. I like to think of some of those ghosts being around when we
for support.
The support.
Supporters. Yeah. I'm quite a scaredy cat, and I don't like to think about this too much because I'll just get frightened. So I'm going to leave that and not think about it.
But just on that, every theatre has its own little stories. What's the strangest or spookiest or maybe most unexplainable thing that you've ever experienced, maybe backstage or on stage?
Do you have any?
No, I don't. Funny enough, and I've been at it quite a long time. I don't. And if I did, I've probably purposely forgotten it.
There are always tales. Again, I think I did a show in London a few years ago, and was gifted a book, and it was about theatre ghosts. So there are stories of the woman in white appearing over yonder as you make your entrance stage left, but I never saw her.
But I never went to the woman in black. We were discussing it yesterday because I was too scared. It's ridiculous. So next question, please.
Right, I've got some quick fire questions for the both of you to conclude this. So we'll dive straight in if that's okay.
Yes,
sure.
Go for it.
Perfect. Who in the cast is most likely to crack up mid-scene?
I don't wish to answer that question.
I will say Michael Cusick.
He plays
Dr. Bradman. Yeah, loves a.
Don't tell me.
If you could sit down for a seance and speak to anyone from history, who would it be?
I'm going to go modern. I'm going to say Phil Tufnell, because he makes me laugh, and I think it's about time I learned about cricket.
That was so left field. I love it. I say I'd quite like Noel Coward to be there. Oh, we doing living or living?
Yeah,
Yes, we don't. So Noel Coward, that'd be great. I'd quite like David Bowie to be there as well. I think that'd be fun.
Whitefield.
Yeah, Whitefield.
Whitefield of creativity.
And obviously Phil Tufnell.
Phil Tufnell.
Like a moose boosh or something.
Yeah.
And would you rather have Elvira haunt you, or have Madam Acarti move in with you?
Well, I'm afraid to say Madam Acarti has moved in with me. The two of us are together, I'm afraid, until I say goodbye, Blackpool.
And I'm afraid to say I'd rather have Elvira haunt me.
Oh, oh. This is tragic.
And one final one. If you had to sum up this production in a single spooky but fun sentence to tempt Blackpool audiences, what would that be?
A wonderful, fun occasion.
I was going to say, this is the one we should have prepared.
Yes.
So, yeah, I would say, what was it? Spooky but fun. So like a wondrous, witty night at the theatre. How about that?
Excellent. I love that.
Finally, it's unmissable.
Brilliant. Couldn't have asked for any better words for that. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast. We really appreciate it. And Blithe Spirit arrives at Blackpool Grand Theatre on Halloween week, Tuesday the 28th of October to Saturday the 1st of November. And tickets are still available to buy online at blackpoolgrand.co.uk or call box office 01253 290 190. Thank you, guys.
Be there, or I will haunt you forever. Bye-bye.